Good afternoon and welcome back to Mimi's Place. Today I'm just going to talk about something that's been on my mind that I've been sharing with my granddaughter, the importance of this. And I don't really hear a lot of other people talking about this anywhere on the internet, social media, YouTube, whatever. It just seems like it's something no one talks about. So I'm going to get into this video and hope that it's helpful for you and useful. And just even if it inspires you to do one little part of it, then I did my job. It was all worth my while. So what I'm talking about is a routine. Now, I do have good routines. And I find that with fibromyalgia, it helps to have a routine, a sleep routine, just things that I have to do around the house. I've learned to pace myself, and I've learned to put pacing myself with having a routine. So it works best for me. I know what I can do when, and it takes a little while to figure out your weak spots if you're somebody who's not consistent, but you want to be. Because I think we all love and crave consistency and a sense of accomplishment. And you're not going to accomplish much if you don't have some sort of routine. Now, it doesn't mean to never, ever deviate. It doesn't mean like you cannot do this 5 minutes later, you have to do it now. And no, a routine could be regimented like that if that's what you prefer. But I prefer to have a set routine, but my start time isn't always the same. Like I don't go by the clock per se. I just I do my routine when I start my day. I don't know. I can't explain it. Okay, so here's a real weird routine I do. Yeah, it's hot here today. Okay, so I get up and I go to the bathroom and I have my coffee, my iced coffee. I take my coffee outside. I look at my vegetables. I come back in. If I'm going to have a breakfast meal that day, I'll do a breakfast video with you guys. I usually tell you what I have on my agenda. It's just a nice way to say good morning to everyone. And I look forward to the comments that you guys leave. And I really appreciate it. So that's one of my routines. Then I shower, get dressed, make my bed. Very, very important to make your bed. And the reason is sense of accomplishment. If your bed isn't made, if you can't do a simple task like make your bed, which makes your whole room look tidy, even if you have other stuff hanging around, if you make your bed, your whole room will look tidy or tidier. So making your bed is a simple accomplishment that's going to help make your room look tidier. It's going to get you in a good mood, the accomplishment mood, like I'm going to get this done today. So if you're having trouble with any kind of routine, and anyone will ever tell you, is to always make your bed. Make your bed every day. If you want to sleep till noon, sleep till noon. But when you get up, make your bed. So what I do is I don't make my bed the minute I get up. I make sure the room air's out, and then I spray my bed and my room with Lysol a little bit, or if it's a real breezy, cool day, let it air out real nice. Sometimes I air my blankets out, and then I make my bed. So my bed is usually made by 10 at the latest. Okay? And then I just pick up. I pick up my room, I empty my trash basket, and my room is tidy. I think that children and adults, so we always think of routines are good for children. They thrive on routine. Again, you can deviate. No one's saying you have to stick right to it. But I think children do better with the routine because they know what to expect. And it can avoid a lot of anxiety and, that not knowing what's going to happen. And I think they like it. I think it brings some peace of mind. One thing that I noticed was my parents. Now, they grew up during the Depression and World War II, but they were brought up with routines. And their routines were different. There were different households, different cultural backgrounds. But the routine was consistent. It was a consistent daily routine, whether it was get up and get ready for school, have your breakfast, go to school, come home, do your chores. It was a routine. That's what they did. My mom, I remember growing up, and I remember my mom had us on a routine. And my other aunt, who didn't have any children, who raised my mom, said to her, "Oh, why don't you let the kids eat when they want? Why do they have to make their beds in the morning? Why do they have to do this at a certain time?" And my mother says, "I have 3 children, all different ages. We were 8, 3, and 5 years apart from each other. So it was hard, My mother says, I have these 3 kids at all different stages. I can't have them eating all day anytime they want. She says they need a routine." And we got on our good routine. And then when we went to school, it was basically the same routine. It's like lunch at 12 and just normal stuff. But one thing I noticed was when I started caring for Mom, I was always her caregiver. But when she got to the point where she really needed me more, I started her on a great routine. I was thrown into a full-time caregiving. I call it an opportunity because I was blessed to do it for her. It came out of nowhere, so I just kind of winged it. And I noticed that when being blind, she had to have everything a certain way, regimented, things put in a certain spot, at a certain angle, things like that. And little by little, I developed a good routine for her. So I'd wash her up in the morning, and I'd say the same thing every day. Good morning, sunshine. Give her a big kiss and wake her up and wash her up and get her dressed and have her pick out which dress you want to wear today and, what would you like for breakfast today? But she knew that she had to drink her water before her coffee. And she knew that she had to have breakfast. Things like that. And it was just that hygiene, the meal planning for her, therapy, whether it was therapy coming into the home or me doing it with her. Her medications were a routine. Everything with my mom was a routine. Listening to her talking book tapes because she was blind. Then certain times a day, she liked to take her afternoon nap from maybe 12:30 to 2 or 1:30, something like that. And we'd get up and she had something to look forward to because when she got up, we'd have some kind of sweets and we'd have coffee and we'd talk. And it was just, I really think that she thrived on a routine, and she kept that routine and didn't get sick till 3 weeks before she passed. So she did really well. And she was, for the most part, she was very happy. She had a very upbeat, happy attitude. My father was more independent. He had his eyesight. He had COPD. He didn't get really incapacitated. So I'd say it started around a year before he passed, when he was 88. And then it just progressed and he passed to 89. But up until about 6 months before he died. Now, you got to figure he got up every day at 5 o'clock or 4:30 when he was in the Army. And then he did it every morning for how many years to go to work. So when he was retired, he joined the gym. And yes, he got up every day at 5:30, had juice or coffee or something, got dressed, went to the gym every day at 6 o'clock. He met some great friends there. They would talk. He'd come back home 8 o'clock, take his medicine, have his breakfast, whatever, read the newspaper, watch TV, then go do errands. And in that routine, I'm telling you, kept them going. So there's something to be said about having a routine. A cleaning routine, I generally have a day. It's usually Fridays that I deep clean. Yesterday it was pouring out, so I did all my cleaning yesterday. And today it's sunny out, so I'm kind of free. I just did a few chores that I didn't do yesterday. But the bottom line is they got done by Friday. So I do have that flexibility. I like to keep a routine also so that you guys know what to expect. When I do my breakfast video, my good morning breakfast video, when I do my grocery circular ad video, cooking videos, I try to tell you ahead of time it's coming up. So when you know what to expect, it makes it easier for you to participate and just makes the day go a little smoother, not only for you, but for me. So I think that everyone needs some kind of routine for your mental health, your spiritual health, whether it's, whatever time of day you like to sit. I like to actually sit on my porch, watch the sunrise, have my coffee, read some Bible, have some time in prayer. That's what I like to do very early in the morning. But it's good for your mental health, your physical well-being, and your spiritual well-being. So don't be afraid to have a routine. I think it's a good thing. And I think that you will thrive, and you will see that once you get into doing things like this, one habit, just start with something simple like making your bed. Make your bed every day. Just make the bed. And then the second week, maybe you can add something else to it. Now I'm going to make the bed and pick up any clothes I have in my room. The third week, I'm going to make my bed, pick up any clothes I have in my room, and make sure all the other rooms are tidy. Like, it's a routine, but it's general, so it gives you enough flexibility that you don't have to feel guilty if you didn't deep clean a room or a house, or your job was to make sure that it was tidy. You had to make your bed, you had to pick up your clothes, make sure the house is tidy. It's not difficult, but it sets the tone for the day. And before long, after a couple weeks of doing that, you're going to be doing things consistently like that. You're going to have a good routine. You're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel more confident. You're going to have more peace, less anxiety, and a sense of accomplishment. So whatever routine you think you need, just start simple. Start with one small thing, just one small thing, and build from there. But don't be afraid to have a routine. It's not totally regimented where you really have to stick to it. Leave enough leeway and enough flexibility so that you're not bogged down. So that's Mimi's advice for today. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And I'm going to get back to my routine. Catch you guys on my next video.